Comments to access@telus.net. We are not Shaw.
Welcome back to Access TV. This time we're going to have a close look at what's been stirring up in the heart of our community. There's been quite a bit of revolt around a certain location, place called...
Well, I'm not going to say the name, but it is a pretty unaffordable city, the city of Vancouver. And in our neighborhood, the Vancouver Downtown East Side, our community is definitely
digging their heels in. Yeah, the community's been making recommendations to the City Council for a long, long time, and progress keeps on happening in a way that is just not acceptable to the community. So there's been a protest, and we're going to have a closer look at that right now.
So nice, so pretty. Vancouver is an unaffordable city. So nice, so pretty. Vancouver is an unaffordable city. So nice, so pretty. Vancouver is an unaffordable city.
We don't want tokens and we don't want sandwiches. We want justice.
We're here to inspire our community to resist. This is the time to resist. There is no other time. It's right now. It's this year. It's before the city makes a decision to rezone this neighborhood from Carroll Street right here to Clark Drive, which is going to happen in the next 2 to 6 months. That'll be the nail in the coffin for the Downtown East Side. The city also has a plan that they agreed on in 2005 called the Downtown East Side Housing Plan. And the only target that the city has met in that 10-year Downtown East Side housing plan that started in 2005 is the condo numbers. And they are way far behind on the social housing targets, like so far behind that more people are homeless this year in the Downtown East Side than they were last year. So homelessness is growing. Every other hotel has been either closed or converted to high-income rentals. Right across the street here is an example of one of them. The Burns Block Hotel, that white brick building above the high-end restaurant called Bitter, that in 2005, that was renting at $375 or $350 and $375 a month for people who are on welfare and old age pension. And there's pictures on the internet of an Aboriginal elder woman standing with her vacuum cleaner because she was evicted. She was given 30 minutes notice. And I went to the auction of that building a year later at the Holiday Inn on Broadway, and that creepy owner, he flipped it for $1 million. And now it's owned by the chair of the Gastown Business Improvement Association, and guess how much he rents those rooms out for? $975 a month. They're for a little room. They're called micro lofts.
Now there's a bitter tasting room on the ground floor, which of course is another zone of exclusion, high-end restaurant that serves $25 shots.
And we're bitter, all right. This is the time. We know it. That's why we're here, and it's going to build. So it is important that women fight this battle. Women are the most vulnerable in this community, often having to make the hideous and dangerous, it's not even a real choice, to sleep and share accommodations that might be dangerous. And so we invite all women from all neighborhoods and all communities to come down and demand housing for women and demand housing for all of the vulnerable people in this community. And there were children that were evicted from these rentals above this restaurant. And that is injustice. I've lived in this neighborhood for 18 years. I brought up 2 children in this neighborhood. They know their community, they're part of this community, and we want to have a community here in 10 years from now to be proud of. The Downtown East Side has been the center of social justice struggles, and it's been the radicalized working class neighborhood for the last 100 years. The 8-hour work week was fought and won in this neighborhood for the whole country. We have the first supervised injection site in North America. We had people sleep down on the waterfront demanding a park for 8 months. We had people struggle for 7 years in this neighborhood to get a community center in the late 70s when City Hall said, why would we put a community center on Skid Row? That's like throwing money down a rat hole. That's a direct quote. So this neighborhood, we are continuing the history of struggle in this neighborhood, and we're proud to do that. We're proud to be here. So nice, so pretty. Vancouver is an unaffordable city. So nice, so pretty. Vancouver is an affordable city.
Results of the 2011 Metro Vancouver homeless count shows that as we age, homelessness rises.
Well, you're back with Access TV, out from the streets, from the heart of the downtown east side. That sure was some action on the street, April.
Yes, yes. It was really an eye-opener to see what was happening right in the heart of our neighborhood.
But it's important to recognize that there's a real good cause for all of this. So to give you a bit more background on the statistics, we've got two guests, Tami, Starlight, and Wendy Pedersen from the Carnegie Community Action Project, and they'll tell you what a need there is for social housing in the downtown east side. There's actually more people on the street than there was last year. So here's Sid Tan talking to Tami and Wendy.
Hello and welcome to Access TV. I'm Sid Tan and we're here shamelessly promoting our friends and community. And two of our favorite friends from our favorite community are here. Tami Starlight of Peguis ancestry, Cree I believe, and a longtime downtown east side activist, and Wendy Pedersen, a longtime downtown east side resident and activist, and we're here to talk about gentrification. First, thank you for coming to the show, Tami and Wendy.
Thanks, Sid. I'd like to acknowledge that this interview is taking place on Coast Salish territory, the Tsleil-Waututh, the Squamish, and the Musqueam nations, respectively.
Thank you very much, Tami.
For sure.
And first, I'll start off with the questions. I just want to know, on this gentrification that is going on, no one can deny that it's happening in the downtown east side. What is the Pidgin restaurant have to do with this?
It's the line in the sand. It's the fault line between the west side of the downtown east side and the east side of the downtown east side, which is much more low income, and the west side is much more high income. So we're basically, we see gentrification ramping up and getting faster and faster and faster, and no recommendations or levers or policies in place to help slow that down. So we're basically picketing it to bring attention to everybody that we possibly can that this needs to be addressed.
On the picket, I understand Wendy has been sort of on the front line of that to quite a bit, certainly pretty much the face of the pickets all over the place in the media. And I just want to know if you could tell me, how did you come to the action? Picketing seems to be extreme action, and that's where we are, right?
Yeah, that is where we are, Sid. And I really don't want to do a picket, and I don't want to turn customers away from businesses in the downtown east side. But this, as Tami said, it opened up on a fault line. Right there at Carroll Street, this glitzy restaurant opened up with its shiny windows, looking at people were eating $25 plates of food, looking at the poorest people in Canada across the street in Pidgin Park. So we figured this is where we're going to dig our heels in. And right around that place, there's new condos coming, and the city isn't listening to what the community has been calling for. We need 5,000 units of social housing in the downtown east side to make up for the loss of housing that we are losing because of high-end condos and high-end restaurants. When restaurants like Pidgin move into the downtown east side, they send a signal to the developers, to the real estate, that this neighborhood is for sale and it's changing. And that fuels more speculation and it drives up the rents. So last year alone, we lost 450 units to rent increases in the downtown east side. The year before that, we lost 450 units to rent increases. Homelessness has gone up in the downtown east side from 750 people last year to 850 this year. These are the city's numbers. And the city of Vancouver, Mayor Robertson, Carrie Jang, etc., are giving the impression that the housing is under control for low-income people, and it is not. We need 5,000 units of housing, and we're willing to shut down restaurants in order to get it. And that's a rash action, and it's not popular, and it's risky because we could be losing public sympathy, but we are begging, and we've spent 10 years We've gone to every meeting at the city. We've done reports. We've done research. Everything that we could do, we've jumped through every hoop, and it's time to bring this fight into the street.
If I can say this, if it's any help, popularity and justice are often different.
Yes.
And in this case, what I can see, and see if I have this right, what we were talking about now in front of Pidgin Restaurant is to some extent poverty voyeurism. That is the way that I would see it. And you're saying that with all the systemic problems and with all the structural problems that are going on, a restaurant would dare come into the neighborhood is as if we were trying to put a different center in Dunbar or in other places. It's so out of the realm of the neighborhood, is it not, Tami?
Oh, it's, I mean, really, the interesting thing is that I've been picketing at night as well, and I've seen people from Shaughnessy, West Vancouver, come in cabs and pull right up to the door because they don't want to face the picket, which is quite hilarious. Interestingly enough, there's the odd person who will actually come to the picket and actually have a discussion, even when they're going to go and eat, and have a good discussion and not be all like angry and why are you here? You shouldn't be here. Or this is the poor business owner. The guy is not a poor business owner. He's well off. He has lots of privilege. He has lots of money behind him. And people are coming to support him because I think that a lot of people actually want our community gentrified. Okay,
on that, lots of people coming to support him, there seems to me an obvious conscious effort for people that are supporting to go in there. They're the wealthy, the moneyed, the privileged. They will go through the gauntlet. So what you've done, and I've heard the owner say that you've made it a national issue, and people like Bruce Allen and other people are coming in and making a special reason to support that. So do you see this backfiring? I'll start with you, Wendy.
In fact, we've shut down that restaurant in the daytime. He won't open up because we have a regular picket Monday to Friday in the lunch hour. And he's frosted his windows now so that, speaking of the voyeurism, so his customers, they used to have an unobstructed view of poverty. Well, now because of us picketing, he's had to close off that view because he didn't like us looking back in. So we're looking back in and we're calling into question their right to eat gourmet food while people are losing their homes and they're losing their lives and they're losing their dignity, and we are not getting enough action to help the people that our neighbors in the downtown east side, the 5,000 units, we need them now. It's a great place to be, actually. It is a conversation place. It's kind of, we forced it to be a conversation with people on the street. When we're standing there, we point to the different things that are happening just right in that spot. We're like, did you know that the only women's treatment center just lost their funding? It's right there. Did you know that Aboriginal women and other seniors and other poor people were evicted out of that building? Right there, you can see it. And now they're micro-lofts renting at $975 a month. Did you know they're going to build a 25-story tower right above that building? Did you know they're going to get rid of the bottle depot? The bottle depot is moving out of this neighborhood. So we have those conversations. It's a place of education, but the main thing is we are turning away customers. And that is why it's driving the real estate industry and the city crazy. And I think it's the right strategy. It's hard, but I think it's the right strategy, and I think it's got to grow.
Definitely.
What do you think about that, Tami? I'm going to let you get a few words in here.
Oh,
too,
I mean, this is the end of the line. We've had enough. It's the line in the sand. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, I've been in the community for almost 2 decades. Definitely living in Strathcona for a decade now. And I'm not going anywhere. I feel really confident about it. I feel really, really supported by important people in our community. It has nothing to do with money or privilege. It has to do with real good and solid integrity with our community and understanding the issues in our community. Because if we don't draw the line in the sand, basically we're going to be like the Woodwards Project, where everything around it is super expensive and nobody in our local community can afford to shop anywhere around the Woodwards Project.
Okay. We're coming near the end, and there's a couple of things I think I want to get out first. Is people that want to give you a hand or want more information on this, where can they go?
We have the website, the downtowneast.net, which has a special edition of the Downtown Picket. the Picketing the Pidgin. We have the Anti-Gentrification Collective, the Downtown Eastside Anti-Gentrification Collective on Facebook. We have an email, picketpigeon@gmail.com. And yeah, we're accessible on the street.
And you're there every weekday?
Every weekday.
From 12 to 1?
12 to 1
And then
6 to 7.
Yeah, 6 to 8, I think,
6 to 8,
from Tuesday to Saturday.
Okay.
So there's a lunch hour picket and there's a dinner picket.
Every day of the week?
Almost every day except for Sunday.
Thank you for being with us, Wendy, and thank you, Tami.
Thanks,
It's very informative, and I'd just like to say good luck on what you do. It's not about popularity, it's about justice.
Yeah.
Thank you for being with us. My name is Sid Tan. You're on Access TV, where we are shamelessly promoting our friends and community, and we had Wendy Pedersen and Tami Starlight from the Downtown East Side here with us.
Comments
Thank you.
to access@telus.net. We are not Shaw.
All right.